seriously, who does not love a good potato recipe? And today, y'all, I'm sharing some hacks with you. I have 4 recipes that require no peeling, no chopping. All of these are easy and most importantly, delicious. Let's get into the recipes. And first up, we have my new favorite way to cook potato soup. So for this potato soup, y'all, it seriously could not be any easier. It is my new favorite, especially when I'm having a busy day. Y'all are gonna love this. I just know you are, if you don't already make it. Anyway, you're gonna need 132-ounce bag of the cubed hash browns. Dump that into your slow cooker. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, this is how much we enjoyed it. This is actually the second time I'm making it this week. I made it one time and I went to edit this video and I deleted the whole clip where I'm putting everything in here. So I'm remaking it, but that's no problem. Next, you're gonna add in ½ cup of diced onion. I also have a frozen bag of chopped onions. Just gonna eyeball about ½ cup. Next, we're gonna add in 3 cups of chicken broth. And then you're gonna need 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Of course, you can do whatever seasonings you want, but I'm gonna use my Auntie Nonos everything seasoning. It has salt, garlic, onion, all the good things you'd want in a potato soup, or everything for that matter. I'm just gonna sprinkle some in. A good bit, because really, this is almost everything in this soup. Y'all are gonna be so shocked at how this comes out at the end. So I'm gonna give this a good stir, and I cook mine on high for about 3 to 4 hours, but about 30 minutes before we're ready to eat, when those potatoes are tender, we're also gonna add in 1 block of cream cheese. I wanted to pop in and tell y'all the second time that I made this, the only thing that I did differently was add in that Auntie Nonos. The first time I only used black pepper, and I'm telling you, you can really tell the difference. In my second bowl that I had, the second time I made it, I should say, I didn't even add cheese, bacon, anything. It was perfect as is. And that is it. I'll see y'all in a little bit to add that cream cheese. And y'all, I can't wait to show you how creamy and just good this comes out. Alrighty, so I didn't film adding in that cream cheese, but that's pretty self-explanatory. I just kind of cubed mine up, added it in. It only took about 30 minutes to melt. I kind of whisked it around a little bit to kind of help it. And look how smooth and velvety this potato soup is. I think this is the perfect, even just a base for potato soup. You can kind of customize it to whatever your family likes. So we're just gonna plate it up, bowl it up, I should say, and then whatever toppings you want. We added some cheese, bacon bits. I happen to love croutons in my potato soup. If you've never tried that, I promise you should. It's so good. But this was delicious, and this is definitely my new go-to potato recipe, potato soup recipe, just because it's so easy to throw together with minimal ingredients. And speaking of go-to recipes, if you need a go-to hash brown casserole, here it is. You start with a bag of the Simply potatoes. I use the ones with the onions, and you're just gonna put those in a large mixing bowl. Next, you add 1 teaspoon of garlic salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Next, I added in about a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, and I went ahead and stirred that around so those seasonings could kind of get all over that cheese and those potatoes. I also added a can of cream of chicken soup and also 1 cup of sour cream. And again, we're just gonna mix everything together till it's nice and combined. Once everything is mixed up, I just place this in a 9x13 baking dish and I spread it out into an even layer. I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil, and this is going to bake at 350 for about 30 minutes. And after that, we're gonna top it with something else and put it back into the oven. But first, just cover it 350, 30 minutes. And by the way, I'll have all my recipes linked or typed out below as always. After those 30 minutes, I just uncovered it and topped with about a cup to a cup and a half of cornflakes. You can do as many as you want. Y'all know how I feel about adding cornflakes and crunchy stuff to the tops of things. And then I just melted about 3 tablespoons of butter and just drizzled that all over the top. And this went back in the oven uncovered for about 10 minutes. And like I said, this is probably my favorite new hash brown casserole recipe. I don't have a clip of the inside, but it's nice and soft and cheesy, and that top is crunchy and buttery. It's perfect. Next up, we have loaded crispy potato bites. Again, so good. And this time we're gonna start with a bag of frozen tater tots. You're gonna use a muffin tin for this. I just sprayed mine really good, and then add about 3 to 5 tater tots per little muffin cup. Next time I make these, I think I'll add closer to the 5 tater tots, but it worked out okay. So you're just gonna bake these until they're nice and crispy, and then you're gonna take something like a shot glass, I just sprayed mine, and you're gonna mash them all together. And I did go back and kind of use my hands to make sure they all stuck together, because this is gonna be your base for your loaded little potato cup. So next you can add your toppings, again, whatever you like. Of course, with potatoes, you gotta have some cheese and bacon bits. And once you add that, you just pop it back into the oven for about 5 minutes to let everything melt. And then I also added some sour cream and some green onion to make it pretty. And I just think this recipe is so easy, perfect for a football Sunday and afternoon when you just want a little bit of something to kind of snack on, or even going into the holidays for an appetizer. I think these would be perfect. They taste just like a potato skin. In my opinion, a little bit better because they're a little bit more crispy and crunchy, and it literally takes a fraction of the time to make. I knew I had to have a tater tot casserole in here, and this taco one is delicious. While our tater tots are in the oven, we're gonna brown up some ground turkey. The recipe calls for ground beef. I'm just subbing out a few different things, so we are gonna use ground turkey instead of ground beef. But of course, I'll have the recipe linked down below so you guys can check it out. And while we're browning our ground turkey, I'm gonna chop up 1 onion. Alright, so our turkey is almost browned. I'm gonna add in that onion. Also, we're gonna add 1 clove of minced garlic. We're also adding 1 small can of diced green chilies, 1 packet of taco seasoning, 1 12-ounce bag of frozen corn. Go ahead and give this a little stir. We also have 1 can of drained and rinsed black beans. And next we're gonna add about 2 cups of shredded cheese. I actually just have a mix here of cheeses in bags I need to use up in my fridge, but you can use any kind. I have 3 cups measured out. We're gonna save 1 cup for the end. Let's give this a little toss. I mean, honestly, you could just eat this right out of this pan. Alright, so I have my 9x13. I'm gonna give it a little spray. I'm gonna add our taco mixture. Alright, next I have my pre-baked tater tots over here. We're just gonna arrange these on top. And y'all, please let me know, normally I do not take the time to put all these little tater tots on here so perfect. For some reason, I like it better when it's more rustic, when you just kind of throw them on and they just kind of land wherever. Look, I'm already not doing it right. Yeah, we're gonna do it my way. Y'all comment down below which way you put the tater tots on. Are you just kind of chaotic with it? Or do you sit there and put them all on? We ain't got time for that. We gotta get them on here, get them in the oven. Plus, I don't know, I kind of like it the way it looks better with them just everywhere. Let's get y'all looking crazy. Come on now, join the crazy party. I do try to keep it in one layer though, the best that I can. Maybe that's why people sit there and do that. All right, lastly, we have 1 can of red enchilada sauce. And we're gonna try to pour this evenly. Let me get another cup. You're supposed to just drizzle this all over the tops. And we'll see if they stay crispy. I'm kind of wondering about this. This looks so good. But I love anything taco-y. So this is going to the oven at 375 for about 30 to 40 minutes until those tater tots get crispy. All right, our tater tots are pretty crispy. So now we're just gonna top with that remaining 1 cup of cheese. And this just goes back into the oven for a couple minutes just to melt that cheese, and it'll be time for dinner. Those tater tots really did stay crispy, and this recipe is so hearty and so filling and so good. And y'all, speaking of hacks, I also just posted a dump and go video this week. There is an amazing recipe in there that I can't even believe it only has that many ingredients. Make sure you go watch that next. I hope you're all doing great, and I'll see y'all real soon in the next one. Bye y'all.